Hey guys, Sean Zine, the host for the Network Marketing Insider, where we bring on network marketers, affiliate, multi-level, and even token creators on any of those blockchains that we can teach them and teach you some of the skills that are involved in growing a business online. Now, a couple housekeeping. If you're watching us on any of the YouTube channel or you're listening to us on any of the audio verticals, please give us some love, do a rating, drop a comment, at least where you're watching from. And please, please, please share our video for others to learn from as well. Don't forget, I bring on these guests. I want you to connect with them. Go to the description, go and follow them on all their socials and have a connection call with them so we could all continue growing together. And without further ado, when we bring on my next guest, we have Scott Stein. What's up, Scott? How are you?
Great to see you, Sean. Going great.
Great to see you. Appreciate you taking me up on this. I always ask my guests, who are you and why did you get into network marketing?
Okay, so I consider myself mostly a businessman. I've owned several small businesses over the last 20, 30 years. Some of them crappy, a few good ones. Usually in publishing or advertising, I like small business with a high margin. And you'd think that network marketing could be good for me since I like a high margin. But in the past, I never even gave it a minute of thought because to me, someone would be better off if they knew about business, working either building their own venture or just selling for someone. But recently, things have changed, in my opinion. And not only am I open to it, but I found something that works for me and is working for, I think, a larger community. And I don't know if I'm the only one. I'm not the only one. I know there's a few 100,000 people who can now enjoy network marketing more. And I love the accountability in that some of the better network marketing companies have gone public. So you can actually see how successful you are, see what their margins are, see what the opportunity is. And it's not a secret thing. You don't have to know someone.
I agree with you, Scott, and I appreciate you sharing that. Yes, a lot of people open up a business, a brick and mortar business. Now, those can be very expensive to start, but with network marketing, you're online. It's a lower barrier of entry for many people to get involved. But a lot of people come in and I guess it's pitched to people that you're going to make all this money. You're going to have this huge house, this car, this yacht, but you need to work. That's what I think is missing with a lot of people. They think they could spend their $100, $500, $1,000, whatever it is, and they're going to be a millionaire the next day. That's completely wrong. You have to do some kind of work. And now, what is some of the work that should be done, Scott?
Well, now with technology, it is easier and there's more things you can do, more ways to prospect, more ways to reach people. But selling or just in the industry term, inviting, right? Uh, that is work, but it's a unique skill, in my opinion. And I don't know that people fail because they don't want to work. They fail because they don't know to sell. They don't know even to invite for something that they like, that they're excited about. And it depends on the business that you're in and who your upline is and how they teach you, I guess. I don't know why everybody fails. I'm thinking that's it.
I mean, they have these expectations of, making all this money in a short period of time without doing much. And like Scott was saying, learning how to invite, I like the word, and it's all about the word choices too, sharing. Can I share with you a video to watch and give me your ideas, your thoughts about it? Because most of the
I
time,
forgot. Most people are already sharing on social, right? People know what to share is now. Excellent.
That's,
write
I
that
think,
down.
what people should sharing things on a consistent basis. You'll see it's not if I'm talking to Scott right now, I'm not going to try to get him on my team. In my opinion, I want to get into Scott's ecosystem. I want to try to get into Scott's friends, coworkers, people that are he's going to be talking to. So if I give him my product or my service, when he's out networking, building relationships, and something pops up for data storage or some type of crypto or educational piece or health and fitness, you'll have that little memory jog of that person that you connected with in that business. That's what I found. It's more beneficial to connecting others while sharing what you're doing.
And you've always been great at that, at least for the last 20 years, or we haven't known each other that long. But when we did business in our own normal operating businesses, not network marketing products,
Yep.
you had a network, you asked about my network, we did a few things, and I think I referred you a few times, and
Mm-hmm.
I know you have referred me, and not everyone does that, but you were always great at that. And then when the pandemic hit, you were all set up to with your social network specifically, and your ability to host Zooms and meetings and podcasts. You really were set up to enjoy basically success in any business. And I'm glad you found one or more concepts in network marketing that allowed you to really leverage yourself. And that is obviously the name of the game. And happy to talk all day. I'm sure you are about, how you can leverage things that you couldn't before, or how with AI you can get better at leveraging your network to just help more people, right?
Yes, and I appreciate that. Yeah, it's all about trying different things, and not being afraid to fail. Like doing video. My first video in 2018 wasn't the video that I do now because I'm more confident. I understand what I should be doing. I know where I should be looking at. I know how to, you know, expand on the conversation. And also these podcasts and video collaborations I've done, I've learned to listen. A lot of people like to just throw up their product and service instead of listening to any pain points that someone might have that you can provide a solution to their problem.
I'm going to ask you, because you were in business beforehand, do you think you're better at that? Because I discriminate. I discriminate all the time. And by the way, I am not a realtor. I'm just a real estate licensee, so I can discriminate a little bit more than people. But I think that you were pretty good as a business person, as having your own business, your own agency, to um, ask good questions and be specific. And the reason I bring that up is because that's another problem with consumer network marketing, and still is. I meet someone at a business meeting. I go to Chamber of Commerce meetings, trade association meetings. That's what I do. And I say, hey, what do you do? The person goes, well, I'm in marketing. Oh, who do you help? So I'm the opposite of a normal person. I say, by vertical, who do you want to help? You tell me you help plumbers? We'll talk for 5 hours about plumbers. You tell me you help accounting firms? I know how to talk about that. But someone in network marketing says to me, oh, I help anyone with skin. Do you know what I
Yeah.
do? I say, nice meeting, wishing you well. Looks like everyone here has skin. Knock yourself out. No way to advance the conversation, even if I was a heavy user of skincare products, which as a guy I'm not, but I don't even know. It's like the most vaguest, hard to help. I love to help people, and I feel so bad because those are the people I cannot help. Eventually, I figured out at the very least I can introduce them to someone else in network marketing, and that might be they might talk to each other, so that's
Right.
something. But
Yep.
beyond that, it was a waste. Oh, Sean, going back in the day, the only other concept that I ever thought about that I might want to participate in is send out cards. Do you know why? Because at least you
Why?
could send it to your good customers, or other people who had a business, and say, "Hey, here's a nice thing," because you're going to send out a card, send them something anyway, and then maybe if they're another small business, it could work. And there was like a little bit of a business element to it, but other than that, it's still mostly a consumer product. And I don't talk to consumers per se. I talk business to people, and I never liked it. But now, as an example, I am with a cloud brokerage, which happens to have a pretty good network marketing component to it. which is so unusual. You know about brokerages, you know the
Yep.
margins, you know that brokerages and franchises and what they do, but now they set it up with a combination of the internet and public funding and online tools, especially after the pandemic. A legitimate business like a real estate agency could be more efficient and give more money to the agents and have so much, it's not a big margin to begin with, that they could actually, if they're with one of these efficient firms, to actually be in a network marketing concept to help people and in effect disrupt the franchise model that most of the industry operated under. Unbelievable, just from a business standpoint. If you can think about it, real estate has been done the same way for
Yep.
40, 50 years with a franchise. Before that, just a brokerage with salespeople or agents under the broker. Fine, good model, still works, still a percentage of the industry, a good percentage. But now someone has a choice where they can go to a cloud brokerage, and just by doing their job, which is selling real estate and getting paid a commission, and using that as a network marketing and other things I don't even know about, but maybe similar to that, that expands the market and so much, and to me adds so much legitimacy. By the way, the company I'm with is a public company, so you can see everything they do and how big they are and how they grow and what it is. What's the only bad thing about what I'm doing now, Sean?
No, hey, you're outside right now. You're not stuck in a cubicle. You're not stuck in an office. You can do what you
because
want
the
to
library
do.
wouldn't give me a room. But not what's wrong with this. I'm outside. That's fine. You're right. But the real estate market isn't necessarily growing this year in the last 2 years, right? That's
Right.
the only bad thing. Otherwise, everything's growing. My firm's growing. The model, is working
Yes.
in fact, a declining market. And God forbid, whenever this market picks up in 6 months or a year, and there's more transactions, which is the whole market, not just what I'm doing. It's wonderful.
Now, I want to go back to what Scott was saying early on. When people in network marketing, you should have a niche that you're focused on. And like what Scott said, someone said, I work with anyone with skin. That's too broad. I work with teachers. I want to help teachers build a side hustle to allow them to go and have more freedom with their pay. Do the same thing with any 9 to 5. And Scott also says leveraging other people. Now, this is beautiful. He brought this up as far as the real estate world. Yes, at this point, it's not the greatest. But if you get a couple people on your team that is actually producing anywhere in the country, right? Is it country or world? Is it?
Just like every network marketing concept, we're working on it. We got about 20 countries, maybe
So
more, but plenty
it
to
will
work
be
on.
global. It could be
Yeah.
global. So if Scott focused on getting those heavy hitters on other companies to come over and join Scott's downline, and they start producing, he gets a percentage. And what a beautiful, that's not right. Well, the real estate world, the broker makes all the money because they're getting cuts on every single person. So they brought that into and giving it back to the agents. And leveraging others is a powerful thing. And I think a lot of people, once they figure that out, it's like, wow, if I can get some people to do what I do, not exactly the same way, but at least be as consistent, boom, your business skyrockets.
Yeah. And again, also somewhat new in network marketing, since it's a business thing, it's something people are already doing, and it's what they're doing in business. Like, okay, someone is already buying shampoo and skin products, and then you got to get them to change brands. It's just a consumer thing. They go to the store. The network marketing is different. It's more than that. You have to really have some sort of relationship or offer a unique benefit. In business, well, it's not necessarily easy, but someone is already doing transactions in the business world, and they use and they have built-in contacts. They have to have a few contacts in the mortgage industry. They have to have contacts in the insurance industry. They have to know title people. They have an existing ecosystem, and they're doing business and making almost most of them some amount of money if they're active, right? Or they do a few houses a year, or they do 50. They're doing it. And you can introduce them to a concept, and they don't even have to understand it. Sometimes it just might be, they might like the technology tools of a cloud brokerage and be able to do that. And by the way, I say that because my company has competitors, but it's such an interesting industry. And you think it's hard, but it's just business. There are people doing that. You do a smidgen more, and you can help people so much more than you could before. I mean, that's
I
the thing.
agree. I agree. Helping other, if you change your mindset, you're helping others. You don't have a commission breath. So you're going into every call. I have to close this to make my rent, my mortgage, or what have you. It will change your life if you focus on that. I saw something recently. People are trying to do Facebook lead generation. It's a new company, a network marketing company. Facebook is difficult now. Why they would even get involved with it, I think it's more of a take money and keep moving on as a pyramid scheme. But there's so much out there. People have to do their research on the companies that they're going to get involved in, because a lot of companies are not going to stay around. I've been in a couple companies. You come in, you learn, you take some things from it, and you move on to hopefully a solid company that you know is going to be for a while. Do you think how are you currently using AI, Scott? Are you thinking it's a good thing, good tool?
Can I put you off on that question? Because what you just said before, I just want to
Mm-hmm.
also remind people, just from being a business person, I know I don't look down upon a salesman who's selling socks now, and he used to sell insurance. Not you,
Right.
because it's sales, and maybe his company had a problem, or he found more opportunity or something, and nobody that I know looks down on someone in network marketing who used to sell juice and now sells cards. Things happen, and everyone knows it's not your fault. And I wanted to mention before we go on that I recently read a biography of one of the bigger Amway guys.
Mm.
His name is Brig. It's Brig Hart, and it was a great story. He was really big at Amway. Actually, I think almost got thrown out because he was really religious, like recruiting
Oh.
everyone,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't like. I'm thinking that's the reason. I don't know for sure. And then he had to start with the juice company, and he had a success. The people who are successful in network marketing, almost all of them have gone through a few concepts, and
Yes.
that's nothing to be afraid of. And you never know what's going to go on with your company, even if you think it's doing great, and maybe even doing great, and the FDA comes along or something. You never know with a consumer product. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, by the way, that's fine. And if you can figure out how to do this at a mediocre company, you yourself, if you don't like it and it's not thriving, you'll eventually find a better company and they'll enjoy your skills and you'll be successful. So
Yep.
now, with the maturing of the industry and the fact that some companies are large and disclose things or are public, you can use your skills to grow like in another career. I'm
Yep.
putting you off because I'm not great in AI yet. I pretty much used it to make a nice invitation for my LinkedIn outreach and descriptions for some emails, talking to new people, ideas on content in an email. But I've gone to, in the real estate conventions or even in, regular business conventions, sessions on AI, and people are doing a lot. And to me, it seems like you get your voice down and you get your AI to know how you respond, then you can do some nice things. You tell me. I'm anxious to hear. In
Well,
network marketing, AI stuff, go. I'm all ears.
hey, I want to provide some value as always. If you're not using Chat GPT, open it up. You can create and ask it. It's all about the prompts that you give it. Create a 60-second reel about network mark, whatever company you are. Ask it for the caption, a popular caption. You want popular tags and a call to action. Hit it. It'll spit out word for word what you can do for a reel, for a short. You can ask it to create an image post. It'll actually create, and you give it the right prompts, it'll give you an image that's coming up from whatever you're putting into it. And then you can have a text one like you have as far as for emails you've done in the past. I have a company I'm an affiliate with. It's creates content It creates, because Scott talked about a voice. It will take your website. You plug your website in, it will get you the colors that you have for image posts, any content posts. It'll keep your brand together. It will schedule all of your content across channels. So that leaves 10 hours plus of you sitting in front of the computer scheduling all this stuff, all in the convenience of your laptop, your phone, what have you. I have another company I work with. It does long form videos, cuts it up and gives you all the captions, descriptions. It will schedule it and make all the shorts for you in about 8 minutes. You can have all this content, but people are like, I don't have time for it. But you do. You just have to find a few minutes to tinker around. I have, and if anyone that's watching, I have 100 days worth of a reel every day, an image post, and a text post that I have the prompts that I can share with anyone that's interested. Drop a comment in this YouTube channel or send me a message, and I'll send it to you for free because I want to help people out there, because the more content we get out there, here's a kicker though. If you're seeing everyone's content, we should all engage it as well. Comment, like, share, so others in your community will get to know and learn from others as well. That's a missing thing. People they never want to share. They always want to keep all their content. It's only Sean Ziem stuff, or it's all Scott Stein stuff. No, if you look at mine, I'm sharing Scott stuff. I'm sharing, Glenn Baker stuff. I'm sharing other people that is in the real estate world. Another network marketer I found value in, because I found the more people in my network, they might not want to work with me in the companies that I represent, but they might want to work with Scott. And now I made a connection. Now we're growing together. And that's why the importance of building relationships is key in business development.
Yes, and the algorithms still need you to do that, or they won't show even your content. You figure, oh, I'm good, I post every day. No, it's only
Right.
a fraction, right? I don't know what fraction, you might know, but if you don't get involved in the conversation with someone, even if it's someone you're not great friends with, different topic, you get rewarded for it, right? And Sean, that's why we still talk.
Yep.
Because you still engage with me. I'm bad. Maybe I haven't kept in touch with you. Maybe I haven't been a good friend or colleague, but you kept engaging with me and forcing me to do business with you or keep you on my mind.
Right. Hey,
And you said, so
buying
you
brain
just said
cells.
you didn't even tell me what it was, but you said you got something for teachers. I'll remember that. Next time I got at least at the very basics, it's teachers, and anyone will do the same. That's easy to remember, right? I'm talking about things maybe it's too specialized and I only work with commercial property of a certain type owned by a certain kind of person. It's hard to give me a recommendation sometimes. But now realtor, easy, right? But
Right.
you did your job, and you continue to engage, and you're a good example of that. And it's not like you're making it up. It's what you should do. It's what you have to do, and you do it, and you do it more than the average person, and that's why you have more than average success. And if I'm disciplined, I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing it kind of, but even I'm not disciplined enough to do it every day or to keep up on my stuff. And you know what I do? You could still go old school. I'm going to take this and give it to my guy from oh man, what's the company I use?
Fiverr.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm gonna pay my guy, a few bucks, less than 50, chop up this video, make me clips that I could use for social posts and videos, and that still works, right? Could I have saved the $50 if I really knew AI? Yes, but if I'm not going to get around to it, with a smidgen of money, you can duplicate your efforts, right?
Well, what Scott was just saying there, he's investing in his business. You understand the importance of putting content out. Rather use a professional that will give you extras, make it look better. It'll do it in less time, but you're just using your funds to basically invest in you. And that's what everyone they have to understand. It's not the company that you're pitching, the product or service. It's you they're going to buy and sell from. So keep in that mind, you are the brand, and you always want to make that happen by putting content out consistently. Either you're doing it or somebody else is doing it too.
And in my specific company, we call the process attraction, not
Yep.
selling,
Yep.
not sharing. It's attraction. So whatever I'm doing, if I do it right and I share enough and it's useful content, I will eventually attract realtors or real estate agents or business brokers to, or maybe even going further out, other trusted advisors who, if they don't help me attract, will just refer to me
Yep.
in the actual business. And I'm sure, Sean, you do the same. I know you were in, traditional insurance business,
Yep.
still are, right?
Yep.
And and
Hmm.
and people can just buy the policy from you because you're going to need a policy and it's business and it's competitive. But from doing what you do, you are a trusted advisor to different types of business people, realtors included, and they
Yep.
refer you all the time, don't they?
Right. Because
Yeah.
you put some time in, you network, you get to know them.
And
You
nothing
also,
innovative about that. It happens all the time with
right.
all kinds of insurance agents, but you do it in a way that I think may be more efficient because you're combining some of these things um, to make yourself more attractive, a more attractive, even just referral.
Right. That no, what Scott just said there, and you're not
Thank
just
you
a
for the
real estate
background.
agent. You're not just a real estate. I'm not in the insurance world. I'm in helping others better themselves. I'm a solution. We are all solutions to someone's problem. Problem of selling their property. That's Scott. Problem with insurance, in data storage, in their health, what have you. Those are all different businesses out there. That's what we're providing solutions to problems. And that if you change your mindset, oh, I'm just a realtor. Oh, and I always tell people anyone could do real estate, mortgages, insurance. If you could help others grow their business, now you are a very integral part of someone's life. You now are not going into a call as a sales call. I call them connection calls. We're going to get to know, get reminded of what people are doing. So now later on, I could recommend them more often than any other time if I stay on top of mine, omnipresent.
Omni. I mean, several channels, right?
Yep.
In the business to business world, several channels can mean a lot of things. Could mean wholesale to resale. Could mean manufacturing to wholesaling. Could be horizontal or vertical distribution. But if all it is Facebook and Instagram, you're probably helping yourself anyway, right?
Right. No doubt about it, man. Hey, we're rounding out. I want to have you share, just give a couple tips, if you would, think about how to help others when they're having that tough time, the rejections that they're going to have in business. How do we help them?
Okay. Well, in general, to have you feel good about what yourself and what you're doing is remind yourself of the good things you did in the past. You've helped people in the past. Maybe you have, if you're an agent, maybe you have a testimonial on Zillow or on Google, even one.
Hmm.
I was at a conference and a successful realtor said, "Yeah, when I get down, I just read the 100 Zillow testimonials I have, and I forget that I'm such a great agent. Everyone said I'm a great agent." And you could just, because you're human, you get discouraged, but you've helped people in the past. You do that, or review your journal where you should have wrote down your wins every few days or every day, and remind yourself that you do something good every week.
That
And all the other things I forget.
Hey, that is powerful right there. That's going to help someone that's watching. And I hope, and the thing is though, and I'm hoping that people don't just listen to what we're saying, watch us in this conversation. I want people to implement and take action. A lot of people go to the conferences, they go to webinars. Oh, I learned all this shit, but are you implementing them? No. That's what I want people to start doing. I care less what you're learning. I want you to do it. And I want to share that. So if you gain some value from us today, I want you to give us a comment on this video. Tell us, hey, Scott, I used what you said. Or, hey, Sean, I used what you said. And this is what happened. How
What
awesome
if
would
they
that be?
what if they just listen to the audio? How are you going to know if they enjoyed it or got something? Can
They
they
could do a
comment on the
rating.
audio?
They have a rating on Spotify, on Apple
All the
Music,
rating.
or any of those platforms. There's a rating. You can give us the highest rating, lowest rating, whatever. I hope it's not the lowest. And but the biggest thing the biggest takeaway is I want everyone that's watching, reach out to Scott. All his contact information is in the description of this video, on this audio. You can reach out, have a call, follow him on all the channels that he's involved in, and connect. And let's see if what he's doing might fit what you want to do. And now we made a match. We connected. So I appreciate Scott for being with us today. Scott, stick around for another moment. Everyone else, we hope you have an amazing rest of your day.